This is the sixth video of Python for Beginners course, and this is the start of part 2 of this course. In this video, I will be teaching about user inputs, how to get user inputs and how to work with them. So let's begin. First, create a new file, create a new Python file. I'll name it as lesson.py, and then open it with your IDE. I recommend using this Visual Studio Code because it is really easy to handle. Anyway, you can use whatever you want, your favorite IDE. And now let's see how can we get user input. There is a Python inbuilt function called input to get user input. Let's see how to use it. I'll declare a variable called a, and I'm mapping the user input to this variable using this input function. And after that, I will display the user the same thing that the user entered before using print function. Actually, there is no mean of doing this, but this is good for our practice. There is no quotation marks, it is displayed. And after this thing, I will be explaining some more advanced things. Now run this program, Python script. Go to command prompt and navigate to your Python file. Then run it. And after that, you can see the console is waiting for our input. That's why this is blinking. Now let's say we are going to give an input like this: welcome Python, and it will display the same thing. That means this input, whatever the user is going to input is mapped into this a, and that a value is printed out. Now let's say we want to give our user a message saying about his input. Here let's say enter the name of a fruit and space. I'm adding this space because after the message, user will be prompted to give his input just after this fruit without any space if we didn't give any space here. We can also give our user to enter his value in a new line using this. Here we can use double quotation marks, but instead of double quotation marks, we can use single quotes and this slash n. If we use this, it will be prompt to new line. Let's do it later. For now, let's give this space and let's see what will happen. And here also I'll changing this to something like you entered space, then comma, then the value that user entered. Let's see how this is going to be work. It will prompt us to enter the name of a fruit. In here I'll enter apple, and after that the spellings are wrong, but however it is giving out our input. Just like I said before, we can give here that slash n, and it will be prompt us to a new line. Let's see. So actually there is no need of this quotation marks because we are already in quotation marks. Just slash n. I'll rerun this again, and you can see this prompt us to a new line for our input. I'll add here banana, and it is giving us the same output. And After that, let's see how to map several inputs into several variables. Let's say we have three variable called a, comma b, comma c, and we want three names of fruits mapped into these three variables. Here the message should be enter three names of fruits, and there is another condition. We don't know whether this is a one input or many inputs, so we have to give another condition to declare this or separate these inputs. In this case, I'm going to separate it with spaces. Separated by spaces, which means the user have to give inputs separated with spaces. For example, something like this: apple, apple, pineapple, and banana. Just like this, user have to give these three inputs separated with spaces. And after that, there is another function that we are going to use. It is split function. Here we have to give this split function, and after that the values that the user is going to enter will be mapped into A, B, and C. Let's see how this will work. And before we run this program, we have to change this print function to this. In here I'm going to make this as a list. Output should be as a list. Here I give A, and after that here I give 2 to B, and here 3 and the third name. Now let's see how this will be worked. Now it's asking for 3 fruits. After we enter those values, it will give us this list. That's our expected output. So this is how to work with multiple user inputs, and there are some other functions like this. Now let's say we want to do some kind of calculations after user inputs. In this case, I'm going to use separate user inputs. Let's say A equals input first number, and then B equals input second number. And what we're going to do is printing out the addition of these two values. Sum of entered numbers are, here I'll give the output as A plus B. And if we run this thing, this will give us an error because Python is taking these user inputs as strings as default. We have to change it to float to int. What does this do is taking the input first, then it will automatically convert into float values. We have to do the same to second input also, and after that this should be worked. Let's see. Enter the first number, I give 10, second number I give 14, and sum of entered numbers are 15.0. That's because we converted it to float numbers. And that's how the user inputs work. Just like that, we can convert these values into the data types that we learned earlier. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.